My name is Brian Meyer, and I'm a web developer. So I wanted to kind of do a quick, rapid, no sleep kind of web build. I wanted to build the CoLab website, basically. So I wanted to use WordPress as a platform, and I wanted to kind of define the functionality that CoLab needed in a web website. So some of the things we talked about were providing a calendar, listing upcoming events, having contact forms, having like a newsletter sign up, attaching that to their MailChimp account so that they could then send out newsletters. So basically defining like 10 or so kind of technical needs, and then trying to build it all real quickly. So this is kind of not a super technical kind of exercise. It's more of a process exercise, and process is like something I think a lot of people in my industry are always chasing. They're always trying to refine their process and figure out how to like do content strategy, content architecture, roll that into design, build that out, describe functionality, all kind of hook up all these like little floating nebulae and try to make it work. So we started with defining those functional needs, and then evaluating a series of tools that would support that, then trying to hook up all those tools. So we do have a working website, which is not that exciting, but some of the things that it does is kind of neat. So on the right-hand side of the screen, you have a list of events. These are pulled through a web app, I guess. Is that what you call it? Mm-hmm. Called Event Spider, which is developed and kind of built within CoLab. So kind of leveraging tools that people here are already making. So this kind of thing, well, let's see. It's hard to give these presentations after not a lot of sleep, but well, it aggregates.
You want me to do that one?
Sure. It aggregates feeds, or Justin can say it more succinctly than I can.
So Event Spider takes event calendar feeds from websites all over the web that you choose, like partner or affiliated groups. So in this case, Startup Tucson, CoLab, ZeroCraft, Connect, each of the different groups, we can pull in all the events that they post to their own websites into Event Spider, and then and more, and you can kind of pick and choose who you want to share, and it in real time builds basically a dynamic community calendar. And we've got a bunch of configuration features, but the idea is to be able to post an event once, and that event can show up on a network of websites without any real effort, or without asking people, hey, could you put this on your calendar, or could you send this out to your people? So you integrated it into the website.
Yeah, so that's like one of the disparate pieces, and so the goal of plugging that into a content management system is providing a platform to kind of interface and manage that. So one of the things that we worked on with another gentleman who's not here at the moment was building a plugin interface for that, so that you can provide like the appropriate API keys to access the web app. So it has a little bit of an interface now in the content management system, and you can click a little button to add your feed to whatever kind of page you're editing at the time. So that's on the right. In the main column here, you just have some kind of any page text that you would want. But then this calendar is another tool that's being brought in. This is another plugin that's been integrated. You can click on an event, and it's pretty rough as far as styling goes, but the functionality's there. You can see the calendar and the Makeathon happening right now. And, so,
my birthday's Monday.
What's that?
My birthday's Monday.
And it's not on the calendar?
It's not on the calendar.
And actually, I have a party at Maker House. Everybody can go at 9 o'clock.
If it,
Yet another plug.
I would add it to the calendar if I had not just logged out. So this is just another simple thing. This is hooking up to MailChimp. So if someone enters their name and email address and clicks submit, it gets automatically added to the MailChimp list. So kind of 3 little disparate pieces all managed through WordPress, and I'll just quickly show what the back end looks like for that. So these are our events. It's Chris's birthday, the Makeathon. We could add an event, maybe a month from Monday if we wanted to. We have form data that's being captured through that newsletter sign up, and then we have the ability to edit the rest of the site as well, the media, the menus, the posts, the pages and stuff. So we have a functioning website, and like a lot of the projects, they were very functional. Maybe they lack aesthetic qualities. Your project does not lack aesthetic qualities. It's a lovely performance. So we kind of approached it from like building a piece of hardware and then making sure it works, and then kind of skinning it down the road. So it's a website. Does anyone have any questions?
Just a comment, like the calendar thing is super duper amazing, because for the longest time, like there's 10 million calendar events. Like I organize events too, and like there's Visit Tucson, there's the weekly, there's I have a full page of different event calendars that are all around town, and to compile them all into one has been a long sought after thing. So thanks for creating something like that, and hopefully it can be made more available to others all around town.
Yeah, I think we'll probably throw the theme up on GitHub. It's all using open source, well, mostly open source pieces to kind of cobble the platform together, so anyone could leverage the same tools now that they're kind of built out a little more. So.
Does that count as customer validation?
What's that? Oh, I'm validating, hell yeah, because
we get a hell yeah stamp of
like if everybody knew like they only need to enter their event in once and don't have to go to like 20 different websites to enter into their own format or whatever, it's a pain in the keister, I can tell you.
That'll be 2 hell yeahs.
Yeah.
Right.
Now you did say, I know this is just the framework for CoLab, but did you think through anything as far as like, initiative pages or anything like that?
Yeah, we developed a content outline and sitemap, and we were confronted with like the classic problem of building websites, which is content generally takes more time than any other piece of the puzzle. So we spent a lot of time talking. We have a lot of we have a good roadmap moving forward, but we didn't really define things as granularly as we wanted to, or that would have been needed to kind of have a fully fleshed out website. But I'm not sure where that fit in the sitemap at this point, but I'm sure it was kind of defined in some subpage. And the platform can support kind of further configurations. So that we thought stuff like that was kind of low-hanging fruit, and we wanted to kind of make sure we got the harder kind of technical challenges resolved first.
And you definitely need to get that, the homepage done first, and that's really good.
Well, and I just want to say thanks because Chris, whose birthday we're celebrating in 5 days, built a WordPress plugin out of EventSpider. We didn't have that before. So, yeah, that was awesome. I mean, it turned out it's as far as plugins go, it's relatively simple, but it sort of just for our purposes, it makes us feel a little more professional. So it was great.
Was it tall Chris or pretty Chris?
Neither. A third Chris.
Another
Chris?
He's
We have
kind of
too many
tall
Chris's around
and dirty, so I don't.
Well, I was gonna say if I could tell Chris's nickname is Pretty Chris, he's gonna just I don't know what he'll blush probably.
Pretty Chris is
He's
Santa Claus.
Yeah. Oh, okay. This is I don't know. Those of you that know him can come up with a nickname. I'm not embarrassing any further. So yeah. So WordPress website has calendar functionality, is administratable by anyone with a login credentials through a nice little GUI interface. So no code necessary. And at some point it will work on mobile phones and tablets as well.
Beautiful.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Yay.